Welcome to a brand new episode of Cupcake Chats. This is your boy Jazan Azari, and today we're going to get into something that, a lot of us have probably experienced this year, and that is just living life. I really wanted to take the time to reflect a little and just walk through what this year was like for me, and maybe it'll be something you can relate to because you never know what somebody is going through. This year I want to title this chapter in my life as making the pieces fit, because in so many scenarios people are always looking for solutions to problems, whether they be everyday problems, problems that arise in the midst of a scenario at random, or it's just something that you've prolonged that you should have dealt with at a earlier stage that no longer is working, and you have to really go about it a different way, because things have changed, so the pieces no longer fit. And there are a lot of scenarios where the pieces no longer fit, and many of them boil down to jobs, friendships, relationships, and your environment. Because a lot of individuals don't really pay attention to the things they surround themselves with and the people they surround themselves with, but it makes a hell of a difference. This year I gave a lot of people space because during the course of the pandemic, I got drained trying to be the individual that was always the I'm gonna be here you I'm gonna be here for you, friend. I'm gonna pick up the pieces and help you get it together, like being the friend. And this year I really honestly just took a backseat to all my friendships. Um to the ones that noticed it, they reached out. We had a conversation. We set some boundaries because a lot of individuals don't set boundaries, and that is where you go wrong with in any type of union, friendship, or relationship. And we pretty much established what we needed to have in order to continue the relationship or friendship. And for the ones that did that, they appreciated it. And you know what? I appreciated them too. Hold on one second. Let me get some tea, because we're definitely going to need it for this. But yeah, it's just amazing to the ones that notice. But it was also a little, not so much shocking, but like predictable to the individuals that didn't notice. And that was because they were individuals that were only calling me when they needed something. They wanted me to be an ear. They wanted me to be a pincushion. They wanted me to be there when it was convenient to them. And that was the main reason I took a backseat to a lot of stuff. Um, was it hard? Yeah, that shit was hard as hell. Because when you're such a given person, it takes a lot in you to not do that. Because you naturally do it. It's just like a switch in you. It don't just switch off. Like it's switched on and it breaks. It's broken. And the only way to fix it is if you go through a scenario or a change that pretty much breaks it up for you to be like, oh shit, wake up call. Yeah, I need to stop doing that. And I did. And for the ones that really didn't take it so well, I mean, oh well. Because I feel like a lot of people feel like in one-sided situations that if it's them, they have to pick up the pieces and try to make them fit. But I'm a believer in, if you have the communication, if you have the necessary boundaries in place, the puzzle pieces will fit. And if they don't, that's when you need to address them. I was in a few scenarios this year where me and certain individuals, we just weren't on the same page. Um, I didn't communicate well. I take that blame. But at the same time, I'm not gonna overextend myself if I have pretty much given you the I've pretty much given you pretty much a rundown of the play of what's happening. Um, because if I bring something up and it's very clear, and then I have to clarify what I brought up, I'm not touching it again. That's like touching a hot stove. Why would I do that? But yeah, it's very eye opening when the pieces don't fit. And I feel like some people are so determined to make certain things work, and they stress themselves out. They overwork themselves. They make themselves unhealthy. They make themselves very drained. And then when it doesn't work out, it's like not even bitterness, not even rage, not even disappointment. It's like failure. It's like it didn't work because of me. But you have to realize everybody is a puzzle, and we don't always get all the pieces. Certain people have certain pieces to our life, and not all of them will stay in the puzzle. And honestly, other people come into a situation, it makes the puzzle continuously give a bigger picture, because you have to imagine, look at a puzzle. There's so many pieces, whether it's one of those 1,000 pieces or 20-piece puzzle. And not everybody's going to have the right shape or piece that's going to fit your needs. And sometimes you just have to add more things into the pot. Like if you have a friend that never wants to go out, that doesn't mean you don't be friends with somebody. You just find a friend that likes to go out, and you kind of cater to their needs, and you take care of your own needs. And that all comes in setting boundaries, because like when you set boundaries, you know where to go. And if you look at a puzzle piece, there are boundaries, because everyone is unique. Everyone's not going to fit the same things, because when you have certain boundaries, it's impossible for everybody to be the same. That's why this year was my year of making the pieces fit. If they fit, that's cool. If they didn't, I put them to the side. Sometimes they don't get used. Sometimes you use them at a later date. And honestly, same thing with friendships. Sometimes the friendships don't work out. You have to take that piece out of your puzzle and put it to the side. You have to discard it because it's not helping. It's not moving you forward. It's not a part of the bigger picture. It's not a part of what's going to make you fulfill full. And you have to know when to walk away. And sometimes you just have to start another puzzle. So that means you have to scrap everything. That's just like if you move to a different city or a different country, you have to regain your bearings. You have to adjust. You have to adapt as well. And with that, it's boundaries. So if I can tell you anything and leave you with any bit of information from this little cupcake chat today, it is establish boundaries, address conversations properly, and move from there, because you're only doing yourself a disservice if you try to make the pieces fit. Sometimes it's okay to let life happen. As long as you're putting in the effort and you can sleep at night knowing that you've done what you needed to do to make a situation or to make a decision the best that you can, that's all you can do. So, I would love to hear your thoughts on your 2023. And did you have to make the puzzle pieces fit? Did you have to discard some? Did you have to exchange some pieces? Or are you starting a whole new puzzle in 2024? Tag me on social media at JZONAZARI. Or you can follow me on my website at the same screen name. And honestly, take care of yourself. Invest in yourself. And let yourself just be free. Be natural, be giving, be loving, and be light.